Casey Wilson lifestyle and net worth. Catherine Rose Casey Wilson, born in October 24, 1980, is an American actress, comedian, screenwriter, director, and podcaster, originally known for her performances with the Upright Citizens Brigade comedy troupe in New York. Wilson's first major television appearances came during her two-season stint as a cast member on the NBC sketch comedy series Saturday Night Live from 2008 to 2009. Following SNL, she starred as Penny Hartz in the ABC comedy series Happy Endings, for which she was twice nominated for the Critics' Choice Television Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, and has since starred in comedies such as Showtime's Black Monday, Apple TV's The Shrink Next Door, Hulu's The Hot Wives, and Marry Me on NBC. Other notable work includes supporting roles in films such as Gone Girl, Julie and Julia, and The Meddler, recurring in the HBO series Mrs. Fletcher, the Amazon comedy One Mississippi, and the Netflix series Atypical, and her 2013 Sundance film Us Backwards, which she co-wrote and starred in with her creative partner, June Diane Raphael. Wilson co-hosts, alongside Danielle Schneider, the Earwolf podcast Bitch Sesh. Kindly remember to subscribe to this channel. We delve into Casey Wilson lifestyle and net worth. Early life. Casey Wilson was born and raised in Alexandria, Virginia. She graduated from T.C. Williams High School in 1998 and studied theater in New York University's Tisch School of the Arts and at the Stella Adler Studio of Acting, where she was a recipient of NYU's Excellence in Acting Award when graduating in 2002. She's of Irish and Italian heritage and was raised Baptist. Her parents worked in politics, and she credits her politically opposed parents, her mother was a Democrat, her father a Republican, in shaping her sense of humor. Having grown up in a blue statey red state, forever clashing political household, as she called it in an interview with Washington Flyer. She also has a younger brother, Fletcher. Her father, Paul O. Wilson, is a political strategist and consultant who runs campaigns for Republican Party candidates. Her mother, Kathy Higdon, was a women's rights advocate and served as the chairwoman of the National Women's Political Caucus, NWPC, throughout the 1980s. Under Higdon's leadership, the NWPC endorsed Walter Mondale in the 1984 presidential election. Kathy Higdon Wilson retired from politics in the late 1980s, switching to a career in early childhood education. She began serving as a director of childcare and development centers in Alexandria, Virginia, in 1991. She died of heart failure at age 54 in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, 2005. Casey Wilson and her family have since continued to run the Kathy Wilson Foundation, a charitable organization honoring her mother's work in helping children with disabilities. Wilson's passion for performing began at an early age, and she has said that her first memorable exposure to theater came when her father took her to New York City to see a production of Cats, inspiring her to create her own plays. She became involved in her high school's theater program, starring in and occasionally directing many of the school's plays and musicals, including a production of The Sound of Music, in which she played the lead role of Maria. While studying acting at the Stella Adler School of Dramatic Arts, Wilson originally set out to be a dramatic actress, but later started to focus on comedy at the suggestion of an acting teacher. After graduating from NYU in 2002, Wilson and her best friend from college, June Diane Raphael, began studying improvisational comedy at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York City, where they eventually ran their two-woman sketch show for a number of years. Performing the long-running stage show opened doors for them as writers. After performing the show at the U.S. Comedy Arts Festival in 2005, they were hired by New Regency Pictures to write the film Bride Wars and landed a development deal with UPN to create a sitcom pilot. Wilson has cited her biggest influences as Catherine O'Hara, Diane Keaton, Madeline Kahn, Lucille Ball, Betty Davis, Molly Shannon, Sherry O'Terry, Deborah Winger, and Shirley MacLaine. Career. Wilson started her comedy career writing and performing with the Upright Citizens Brigade Theatre, UCB, in New York, and later in Los Angeles. At UCB, she was a member of the Harold Improv teams Mr. and Mrs. All-Star, Sentimental Lady, and Hey, Uncle Gary. Among her best-known work at UCB was the long-running two-woman sketch show Rode Hard and Put Away Wet. Written and performed alongside her comedy partner and best friend June Diane Raphael. The show ran from 2003 to 2006 in New York and Los Angeles, and was an official selection at 2005's U.S. Comedy Arts Festival in Aspen, Colorado. The two women, who first met in a clowning class during their freshman year at NYU, went on to win the ECNY Award for Best Comedy Duo in 2005. Wilson and Raphael's comedic partnership has since branched out into an active writing career in film and television. They co-wrote their first screenplay for the comedy Bride Wars, in which they also played supporting roles. They landed a development deal with UPN in 2005 to create a half-hour comedy pilot. In 2007, they worked as writers and story editors on the Americanized version of Creature Comforts on CBS. After auditioning in late 2007, Wilson was hired in January 2008 to join the cast of Saturday Night Live, succeeding departing cast member Maya Rudolph. However, due to the 2007-2008 Writers Guild of America strike, she did not make her first appearance as a cast member until the show returned in February 2008. She was the first new addition to the cast in over 2 years, and was also the first SNL cast member to have been born in the 1980s. On December 2, 2015, Wilson and comedian Danielle Schneider began hosting the Earwolf podcast Bitch Sesh, where they and the guest have comedic discussions about the previous night's episode of The Real Housewives, as well as other topics related to the Bravo channel and reality television. Guests have included June Diane Raphael, Andy Cohen, Adam Pally, Jerry O'Connell, Matt Besser, Vanessa Bayer, Michael Rappaport, Elisha Cuthbert, Kristen Wiig, Michelle Collins, and Retta. In 2022, she hosted the Wondery podcast Fed Up about the F Factor diet. Personal life. Wilson lives in Los Angeles and is married to comedy writer David Caspi. They originally met in early 2010 when she auditioned for his ABC series Happy Endings. After working together on the show for over a year, they started dating in July 2011. They got engaged over Labor Day weekend in September 2013 and were married on May 25, 2014 in Ojai, California. They have 2 sons, Max Red Caspi, born May 2015, and Henry Bear Caspi, born August 24, 2017. When her son Max was 4 years old, he was diagnosed with celiac disease, an immune disorder affecting the small intestine. Casey welcomed daughter Frankie Rose Caspi via surrogate in January 2023. Wilson shares her family's interest in politics. She was a supporter of Hillary Clinton during the 2008 presidential election and volunteered on her campaign. She went on the road with the Clintons in the Midwest, speaking at and introducing Hillary and Bill Clinton at campaign rallies. Wilson and her family maintain the charitable Kathy Wilson Foundation, established in 2005, which focuses on children with disabilities. The foundation screens 3- and 4-year-olds in the Alexandria community for disabilities. Her father Paul Wilson serves as president, with Wilson and her brother Fletcher serving as vice presidents. The foundation distributes donations and grants to local area preschools. and child care centers in Virginia every year. Casey Wilson has a net worth of $8 million. Thank you for watching and remember to subscribe to this channel.